Hello, this is Decoherent, and welcome back to some more Torment Tides of Numenera. So, wow. Last episode, decision made. Resonance chamber activated. Sorrow fought. Well, ran away. Rin totally showed back up. Anyway, amazing. So, we decided to go with the first plan instead of the Changing God because it offered us at least a chance of success and continued, existence. Because, you know what? Seriously, I'm tired of that guy, so screw him. So we flipped the resonance chamber on, the Sorrow showed up, we bravely ran away, very proudly, and showed back up here in the labyrinth. It seems like most of the cast-offs kind of got sucked in here, or all. We met this ghostly woman who seriously has got some weird stuff going on with her. I'm not sure what her deal is yet, so I imagine we'll get that sorted out at some point. We walked about 4 steps. Rin totally shows back up from whatever universe she's from, except she's like 20 years older and like even more awesome. She does all kinds of cool things. The only thing that I'm a little frustrated about is that I kind of got rid of all the nifty ciphers, and now I've got them, and she doesn't have anything good. Oh, why do I have this? Oh, that's right. Okay. So, also, we discovered that we could talk to Lady Anshi here, and she gave us a bunch of free stuff. There is some other stuff going on around here. We know about these 3 portals, but this area is totally new. This has appeared since the last time we were here. Now, we do know that the Changing God is screwing around in here, and we've got to go fix it. But time is relative, and I'm totally gotta poke at these portals. What if I can get the rest of our party back? I can't say no to that. I assume that if I'm about to do something stupid, it'll tell me. Okay. Well, it didn't say, oh, if you lose, you're gonna lose if you walk through this portal, so. Here's hoping. Oh! Hello. What is this? Okay, can I walk through this? Oh! And now we're swimming. And something bad is happening. Okay. Whoa. Hey, you're the one that, nothing to say, huh? The kites are that way. This is totally the underwater memory that we've been through a couple times now, when we tried to steal the one thing from the Verschellen and then got killed. Bad things happened. What is going on here? What kind of a memory is this? Oh, neat. This short, spare, lean-faced Gibra is so wrapped up in his work that he doesn't notice your approach. His multicolored scales look like they were patched together from an avalanche of shreds and scraps. He squeezes a strangely ticking device in his left hand, regularly checking the readings from his instrument. His expression changes with every glance, twisting from amusement to horror to disgust. Rhizomes are the answer, not trees, he mutters. We should never have believed in trees, roots, and radicals. They've made us suffer too much. He looks up at you in sudden surprise. You're not a lacuna? Then we are linked, you and I, by life and memory and torment. Tell me, brother, what was the nature of your illusion? He watches the device in his hand as he awaits your answer. If there's no root, then even our sire is a sibling. We are all one. Who are you? He looks up from his device and blinks. Who are any of us? I'm a part of all that we have met. I'm a part of you that can hear what you're saying. Looking down, he gives the device 2 sharp taps. FMP, he says. Okay. Are you a reflection of someone I've met? Haven't you been listening? I'm no reflection, no lacuna, no construct of your imagination. I'm just like you, a cast-off merged by the labyrinth awaiting a destination. Whoa. Okay, what's a lacuna? Figments. Constructions fabricated from our collective consciousness. Take Loyan here, for instance. He points at a thin blue Gibra nearby. He is neither a cast-off nor a reflection. There may at one point have been an actual Gibra merchant named Loyan. I don't know. Or perhaps he's an archetypal conglomerate. Regardless, he is a dream, created entirely by the labyrinth. He doesn't even realize where or what he is. Oh yeah, like these guys swimming around. So, what do you mean by illusion? We suffer more in our imagination than in reality. All of our brothers and sisters have been drawn into this place. To keep us here while we await our destiny, the labyrinth constructs illusions from our fears, nightmares from our own self-inflicted torment. It takes the serenity of knowing oneself to set one free. A shadow passes over his face. I was confronted by a scarred man from my past. Were I not certain that I had already truly forgiven him, I would not be speaking to you now. Have I forgiven him or myself? What is the nature of our regret? Okay, what's that thing you're playing with? Perhaps it also is an illusion, he frowns. I seek to understand the nature of our shadows. Speaking with others has been fruitless. So, I observe, I measure, I hope. It's the latter that will be my downfall, I'm certain. Okay. So, can we free these others from their illusions? I would love to have some backup. All that consists is real, and the plane of consistency is the abolition of all metaphor. Some can free themselves, as I have. Some merely need to be told that what they fear is unreal. The rest... He squeezes the ticking device again. It ticks faster, and he scowls. The rest are more difficult. I suspect that if one steps into the metaphor with them, takes their hand and leads them out, they can be freed. But you must understand the nature of their regret. I have been unsuccessful in that so far. Okay.
I'm going.
Well, the only cast-off we met so far gave us a bunch of cool stuff that's going to be really helpful. Who do we have over here? Can't see. Gibber guards. Right. Can't see that. Who is this? Mazov! The hell you say? Let's go talk to him. Mazov slaps his wrist at the water in front of him, as though he was banging his hands against the wall. Let me out, you monsters. It wasn't my idea. I didn't even want the damn talisman. As far as you can tell, there's nothing physically restraining him. You can reach right out through the wall he's banging on. What's going on here? What's wrong with staying in your own damn body for once, he says, although he doesn't seem to be responding to you. We could have escaped together, or you could have come back for me. I can't get out of here alone. There's nothing in here. I need some kind of tool to get out of there. You're not trapped. Your prison is an illusion. Your prison's an illusion. No device can hold me. He looks around him, rubbing the back of his neck. If I had something to work with, that is. Can I understand the nature of his torment? He believes he's imprisoned in the oasis again, like he was long ago, but that alone should not be enough to anguish him like this. Finally, it dawns on you. His agony is not his physical imprisonment, but the fact that he's been abandoned by his maker twice. He can't be forced free, but what he needs, well, what he wants most desperately, is help. He's looking around for a tool. Perhaps if you gave him something, then you could be the help he needs. Let's give him $1, huh? Okay, let's give him a shin. Mazov, here, you can get yourself out with this. He looks at you, seeing you for the first time, then at the shin in your hand. His eyes light up. Ha! I knew you'd come back for me. And you smuggled a shaper key past those damn gibbers. Yeah. He takes the shin from your hand. Then he kneels down and works at some device you can't see. There's an audible click. The gibber around you swim away, and the haunted look drops from Mazov's natural eye. He looks at the shin in his hand. It was a shaper key. What? You! He narrows his eyes at you, then looks around him, his Numenera eye flipping more quickly than you've ever seen it. We're not in the oasis. Of course, how could I be so stupid? How else could the resonance chamber have worked? What? This is a psychic substrate, a kind of mental dimension that connects us to each other, the changing God and every last one of his children. Even with all of my knowledge and abilities, there were things about the resonance chamber that were a mystery to me. This answers a lot of them. This is the thing that links us all, the plane of our minds. He looks at you again, eyes suddenly wide and frightened. He's here too, isn't he? He'd have to be, if he were alive when the machine was activated. He grips you roughly by the shoulders. You have to stop him. He'll be after the core of this place so we can finish the job, so he can snuff us out and save his own damn self. Can I get you to come with us? I don't know what's going on, and honestly, I'd appreciate your help. Yeah, he looks like he's stealing his resolve. Yeah, I will. Let's... He looks down at his feet suddenly. They're fading away. The hell? It spreads up to his knees, then his legs. He's slowly disappearing. Damn it! Quick, take this. He shoves a device into your hands. Find him. Stop him. You have to. Soon the rest of his body fades, and then Mazov is gone. Oddly, you can still feel his voice in your mind. He might be somewhere else in the labyrinth, but you have no idea where. All-burning aura. User is surrounded by a wreath of fire that deals 25 damage to any characters. Okay. This metal bracer seems to have been cobbled together from a number of unrelated pieces of tech. Various wires hang from the unit, and a panel of lights turns on with no apparent pattern. Occasionally, a spark shoots off from the device, more surprising than dangerous. A small band of metal on the back reads, "Property of Alris," in faintly legible letters. When used, this bracer emits an aura of flame that surrounds its wearer. The flame burns anything that comes in contact with him or his weapons. However, due to its cobbled nature, the bracer also slightly burns its wearer while in use. Okay, well that was weird. That was super weird. Okay. What else is going on in here? What is this? It's pretty. An obelisk thrust from the platform like a horn or a claw or a tongue. Its party-colored surface has a shimmer to it and a slick texture. Not quite mineral, but not quite organic either. The garish appearance belies something ancient, even wise, that seems to radiate from the obelisk, as if it were here at the beginning, or close to it, yet retained its youthful energy. 4 runes are carved into it, symbols of civilization that preceded the truth. They are simple shapes, something like a heavy quadruped in profile, a serpentine double curve, a 2-tined comb, and a right-angled corner. But despite their simplicity, or perhaps because of it, their meaning is inscrutable. They could be simple glyphs denoting actual things from an ancient civilization, or symbolic adigrams, or phenoms, or senseless graffiti. They could be warnings or an invitation, a name or an epitaph. So goes man's attempt to instill meaning on the world. You study the strange protrusion, seeking some meaning in its colorful whirls and patterns. No answers emerge, just the consistent, insistent sense that it has something to teach. The feeling grows stronger the closer you come to the obelisk. Well, I'm going to touch it. This is all in my head. What could possibly go wrong? As you lay your hand on the slick surface, the patterns move and swirl like living plasma. Actually, no, they aren't moving at all. It was merely a hallucination of some kind. You have a sense that this has happened before, this, and more. A memory shifts and contorts through your mind, like the colors on the obelisk. It's just a matter of catching hold of it. I love having a nemesis cranked up. A broad smile spreads across your face as you feel the wisdom welling out from the stone. The 2 keeper beside you, who helped scrap centuries of incrustation from the stone, sense nothing. From your satchel, you take a fleshy living artifact, engraved with various symbols, various devices and crystals. You lay it on the obelisk, and watch as one of the crystals begins to glow faintly, siphoning off the obelisk's psychic emanations. You, and you alone, will reap the bounty of its teachings. As the memory fades, you sense that the obelisk's energy has dissipated in the time that you were lost on your own, perhaps more recent past. The thing that had trapped the obelisk is long gone, so whatever it is meant to share has vanished into the ether. Living crystal, huh? That's familiar. Okay.
I'm going.
This, memory palace, this is just amazing. I'm sorry, I just, have to look at this stuff. Some kind of underwater cafe, huh?
Alright, here we go.
Oh my god, I'm so happy Ren is here. Avignon and Tiber? Whoa. Crackling heat washes over you, and you instinctively shield your eyes. When you move your hand, you're no longer in an underwater marketplace. You stand at the center of a village in flames. Tiber, a bruise blooming on his sullen cheek, tries to touch the back of the large man facing away from him. His hands go through the man as if he wasn't there. Come with me, Avignon, Tiber pleads. You don't need to stay here. We can leave this place behind us and never come back. He's dead. I know he died, didn't he? Avignon turns. Fresh blood spreads around the wounds in his wide chest, and his face is heavy with sorrow. You never learned, he says, shaking his head. It was never about the lying or the cheating. I would have forgiven all of that, fool that I was. His eyes rove over the burning huts that only the 3 of you can see. They needed us. They hired us to protect them, and you sold them out. He loves him, Rin says, almost to herself. So much that hurts. Let's keep our damn mouth shut for a second. No one died. I burned the village to scare them out, Tiber protests weakly, staring at the ground. But the money was good, and I wanted to hurt you. Oh, Ty, Avenir says, holding his wounds. You did. He's barely visible now, as insubstantial as the black smoke pouring into the air. You taught me to see the things the way that you did, that the world wasn't kind, that it broke kind men. He lifts his eyes. But it was you that broke me. You taught me to hate my instincts, to call myself a fool for wanting to save people. But you weren't, Tiber says, clutching at Avenir again. This time, he nearly catches hold before his fingers seek through his lover's arm, like a man trying to hold onto fog. You taught me what a good man was. I didn't listen, but I heard. He lowers his head. That's why I never went looking for you. I couldn't stand breaking your heart again. I didn't know... I couldn't. Not before I met the cast-off lad. Avenir reaches out and cups Tiber's face, holding it with hands growing solid. My heart was always stronger than you thought, he says softly. And he faces you, waiting. Avenir, can you stay for him? I'm not here now, he says gently. And no, I can't stay. With a sob, Tiber clutches at him again, tangling his fingers in the larger man's clothes. Avenir steps into Tiber's arms, smoke becoming flesh, holds him, and kisses the crown of his head. We were the same, Ty and me. We both wanted a kinder world, but he stopped believing, and I let him. Avenir smiles at you. You didn't. You blink. It seems to last a very long time. You sense words being spoken, words that were not meant for you to hear. You sense a kiss lasting lifetimes.
I'll remember that.
When you open your eyes, Avenir is gone, and you stand in the marketplace once more. Tiber rubs reddened eyes with a slow shaking hand. Light glitters off of the two rings here. Ready to go when you are, he says quietly. Whoa. Oh, they're the two rings. Are you okay, man? Not at all, if I'm being honest, he says with a crooked smile. But the day isn't getting any shorter. Ready to go? Hell yeah!
Never felt better than I do
Wow.
right now.
Wow. Well, being a good guy's paid off. Okay, Tiber, I have this sword that may be of just intense interest to you. Not this one. Not that. Thought I had a medium melee weapon that I just got. Seriously, my inventory is such a mess. Because this is a heavy melee weapon, and that's not what he rolls. He rolls medium, right? Yeah, something like that. Okay. So where is that? Shooter, stuff, micromesh, heavy weapon, mirrorcaster, rings, battle axe. Didn't I get that? Something? Battle axe, sphere, temporal hammer, melee weapon. Yes. That's it, right? Let me just double check here super quick. Yes. Okay. Oh, this is an artifact. How did I not notice that? 16 physical damage, plus 2 damage per effort applied. Oh, it is a weapon. Okay. So this is 16 plus 2 and 30%. This is 7 plus 3. So, yeah, I think that it's better. This whole ignoring resistance thing is neat, but that would have to be ignoring 9 physical damage. Yeah, okay, this is way better. Okay, good, and he's got all the stuff I lent him. Excellent. Holy crap, am I gonna get,
That's
like,
what I'm here for.
my whole party back? Okay,
Don't
can I get
mind
over
if
here?
I do.
Okay, let's see if I can talk to this guy. Loyan Stoles. The guy that may never have existed. The wiry Gibra gives you a nod as you approach, his lips crooked into a friendly smile. Though his relaxed posture suggests a measure of comfort with his surroundings, his hand is wrapped tightly, almost nervously, around a tattered, leather-bound notebook. Inexplicably, the book seems unaffected by the water. Lohan Stoles, he says, with another nod. Census taker and demographer plenipotentiary, by appointment of the Gyash. He opens his book, leaning it back so the contents remain hidden, and pulls out a quill pen. Might you spare a moment for a few questions? Um, I suppose. Seems like time isn't flowing in a linear way here. Sure, talk fast. Loyan nods excitedly, touching the quill to the page, and opens his mouth. Well, he gives an awkward laugh. I suppose I should... He blinks and shakes his head. With renewed enthusiasm, he begins again. Yes, I'm sure the first thing to ask would be... He coughs and closes the book. Strange, very strange. Maybe you have some questions for me? Yeah, can I see that book you're holding? You may not, he answers. Out of the question. Absolutely forbidden. It's forbidden. I forbid it. He peeks inside it and snaps it shut again. As you can imagine, it's replete with sensitive personal information. The Guiache vouchsafes the privacy of its citizens, and, naturally, as their agent, I must do the same. Feel bad, but tracking things in my head. There might be something exciting in the book. You sure I can't look at it?
I think I'm ready to try
Oh,
something.
all right, he mutters. But I'll need you to give it back to me right as soon as you're done. He hands you the book. Far from being full of personal information, it's overwhelmingly empty. There's only 5 pages that aren't blank. Each is a solid color: indigo, blue, gold, silver, and red. In the center of each is your familiar tattoo, like a deletion, an absence of color. Still, something about them draws your attention. That's interesting. Indigo page. Smells. Brackish water foul the skin. Burning hair. Garbage rotting beneath the sun. It's you they're burning. Your feet are wet, but they're burning too, differently. They're flayed, and the filthy salt water sets your nerves aflame. Ugh! Why are they doing this? Through the smoke, through the pain, you see a ruined land, poisoned, stripped, and murdered. The natives want you to look at a stone tablet. They gibbered about a contract graven in the rock generations ago. A trade? A promise. It wasn't you who made it. You swear it. You swore it before, as the folk first pleaded and then howled about the living sphere they grew for you, how they sapped the land's health and drove the earth below the sea to quicken the sphere. Madness, pain and madness, your entire life. Pain and madness and fire, a few hours and nothing else, and then it will all end. It wasn't me. I wasn't even here. Death without reason, punishment without crime. A legacy of ash washed away in a rising tide. Yep, yet another cast-off. Okay, let's take a look at the blue page. There is a time to question and a time to obey. As a soldier, you know the difference. As a friend, even. Does she really mean to put her trust in this pedant? His studies adorned with trophies and accolades. A particularly large one commends its recipient for solving a complex fraud permeating the entire operation of the caravansary. Vanity. The very disorganization of the room, not a clutter but a catalog, is a shrine to self-love. As an officer, you disappear behind your ribbons. You obliterate yourself. This puzzle breaker has done exactly the opposite. Obedience. The order is given. Your job is to secure the services of a brilliant mind for whom no conundrum has proven insoluble. To ask, to wonder, to ponder, these are tasks for another. Let the endless battle end. Let the dying stop. Lying prone on the dune, the pale gray cloak and cowl blending with the drift, you are surely invisible to the distant caravanners. They can no more see you than they can detect the iron wind howling their way. They are ignorant of the line being drawn across their lives, as ignorant of the calm before as they are of the coming storm. Later, this moment will matter. Not just for them, for the winds can know no master, but what it sows can be reaped, its fruits fermented into toxins. Your brothers and sisters are hard to kill. Faith is hard to kill. Too many of them still revel in the bodies your father gave them, groveling for the half-chewed meat he's tossed away. When the flesh fails, faith will follow. No one loves a father who can't protect them. The drift begins to stir. The wind is coming, and with it, change. You give those who lie in its way no warning. What the hell? Okay, silver page. Across from you is a fellow cast-off, a fellow officer, a fellow gambler, eyes inscrutable, cards impossible to guess. The other players are broke, their companions' bonuses, and leave and even material pissed away at the table. Sorry about that. Tomorrow some will die for want of a shield cipher. Others will live because a captain drew a trump card. Chance. But iterate chance enough, and probabilities become inevitable, and the battle never ends. It's leave you're playing for for you and your soldiers. Nearly every company is being set to Ansau to deal with the Chalcedon's assault. But one lucky band will have a milk run and a good debauching. Not yours, though. The cards in your hand are low. You know your bluff will be called. Tomorrow, your grunts will be in the thick of it, and this lack nibbler will be playing nursemaid to an Aeon priest. Luck. Dumb luck. Grinding beneath it all. Pride and striving. This is crazy. Okay, let's look at the red page. You're singing. You were born singing. It shifts your senses away from the smells. It shifts your mind away from the shame. You like the doing of it, the escape from being trapped in your own thoughts. You've seen others that he made. Cast-offs. Strong and fast and beautiful. Human. Even a Gibra once, soft swimmer, smelling of burnt copper. To yourself, in the dark, you sing of them and their lives beyond the ghetto's bounds. You could leave, couldn't you? Any action, any change would surely be better. But perhaps not. Every song has its place, the space that holds its sound best, where echoes and reverberations harmonize. This is your place. He locked you here, for better and for worse. You are your own shackles. So, you sing.
I'm ready to try something new.
So many memories, so many lifetimes trapped within this place. The weight of it is overwhelming. Okay. I don't want to push him. You know, there's no reason to confront him with his existence. I gotta head out.
Absolutely.
Holy crap,
I'm here
guys.
to help.
This... What the hell? What the hell? See, again, this is why I'm not helping that jerk out. I hate him. He's terrible. Okay, this is phenomenal. So, not only did we not immediately lose, we totally got Tiber back. Oh, who needs to be leveled? Yeah, Tiber. Okay, what can you do? Ability or effort, that'd be kind of neat. Nah. Issue challenge, feint. I've actually never really used these. Effort is 5. Okay, hold on a second. I can never remember. Does he uses speed, or he does use might. Might. Okay, so let's add an edge to might. That'll be a nice help. Okay, oh, and I'm like literally 1 XP away from leveling. Okay, I'm really not trying to drag this out, I promise. I'm going to take a quick break, and then let's go in the second and then the third, and hopefully we'll get the band back together, man. Seriously, this is great. And so, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.